Hey guys, welcome back to Coin Knowledge. So today we're going to be looking a little bit more into GameSwift and why it's still one of my strongest convictions in this gaming altcoin market, especially during these market dips. Why I think it is at a great level for accumulation right now. So if you guys are a fan of crypto gaming and kind of some of these picks and updates that we're trying to keep you updated on throughout this market, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the videos. Support means everything. So if we look here at GameSwift, what is going on here. We can see as the market is kind of down across the board after, pre-halving and post-halving, we're seeing a lot of, top quality projects, coming down from the local highs, GameSwift obviously being one of those projects here. If you go over the 1 month, I mean, this thing is down over 50% on the 1 month. I mean, we're looking a sub $20 million market cap for GameSwift. And yes, we are going to touch on the vesting schedule for GameSwitch because everyone always talks about, oh, but the dilution, it's so bad, it's so heavy. No, no, it is not. I say this every single time, and I try to explain it, and just it's not coming across. But so we're gonna look into that as well. First of all, what is GameSwift? For anyone who doesn't know, GameSwift is a gaming ecosystem. They have a lot going on, but they're also playing kind of on the AI narrative as well. So again, one of those projects and ecosystems that's combining two hot narratives, gaming and AI. So if we look here, obviously they have their game launcher, which a lot of gaming ecosystems do this. They have a wallet, they have a bridge, they have the different games here that you can play right here, from their ecosystem here as well. If you go down, they have their game studio, how you can build with GameSwift. They have their infrastructure platform. They have a chain as well. They're having a zk EVM blockchain. The first modular blockchain for the gaming sector. So again, first mover advantage. They have their GameSwift ID, GameSwift SDK for developers. Their platform. Obviously, we've seen the first game to be launching on GameSwift, which has been Star Heroes, do very, very well. If you're not familiar with what Star Heroes is, it's kind of like a space shooter game. If we look at some of the gameplay here, the visuals on this game, they look pretty sharp. If we can find some gameplay here in their Twitter, and again, always remember that Twitter really kind of downplays a lot of gameplay quality, but you can get in here. I think you can play Star Heroes, or at least there's gameplay out there. I haven't got my hands on it personally, but the game does look pretty solid, looks pretty fun. As far as the in gameplay goes, again, we can see as far as visuals go, the gameplay is very well. But again, that's the first game to be launching on GameSwift, so very bullish there. We'll take a look at their roadmap, and then obviously they have their GameSwift Studio, which again is how Star Heroes launched on, and they also, I believe, have their Launchpad as well, which did insane. I think people who staked their GameSwift tokens got an allocation or got an airdrop for Star Heroes. I believe I didn't partake in it, but I believe that's how that went down. Their team does have experience from, pretty big titles, in the Web 2 sense as well. Looking at their roadmap, we can see what's coming on here. So they're always signing new games, new partnerships to their platform. So, very bullish there. Obviously, it does no good having a gaming ecosystem if you have no games to integrate with. So, seeing the partnerships there is very, very good. They have their modular chain update as well. They have their marketplace. They have new centralized exchange listings coming down the way, which we'll touch on here in a little bit. More news, big investors, big backers as well. Their team is obviously fully doxed. Pretty big team. They put out updates. He's on AMAs, their main CEO and founder. You can find them on, again, multiple AMAs. Again, good partners, investors. So this is kind of the stuff you want to look for in a project and why I'm super bullish on GameSwift. Now, about the centralized exchanges, if we look, right now this project is and only has really been on Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, and that's kind of about it, So no insane tier 1 or tier 2 exchange. Again, Bybit might be the closest to like a tier 2 in that list, but I wouldn't put Mexi and BitGet at tier 2, maybe tier 3 exchanges. But they are on Ethereum and Arbitrum. In case you want to save on gas a little bit, you can go on Arbitrum as well. So when they talk about new centralized exchange listings, I do think a KuCoin listing could be coming, especially when we look and see that KuCoin was one of their partners and investors here. So pretty bullish there. Now, one thing I do want to address is the obviously the supply issue, the dilution issue. Everyone always talks about the dilution issue. So if we take a look, we can see that right now, everyone always looks at when we're looking at the market cap, people look that, the circulating is 20 million and the fully diluted is 436 million. And everyone always assumes that that whole dilution is going to be in effect by the end of the bull market. Well, that's simply not true. There is only about 4.5% of the tokens in circulating supply. About 40% of that is locked up in their ecosystem, not to be released. And then if we look here, it really is only going to be about a 4x dilution from now until the end of 2025, which is just the expected, supposedly maybe blow off top or peak of the bull market given the 4-year cycle. So if we take a look, it's about 156 million GameSwift currently out, and so I think maybe CryptoRank's a little bit more up to date than CoinMarketCap. And if we look at the end of 2025, we can see that there's going to be about 570 million. So really not that bad. Again, about a 3.8x in dilution for circulating market cap. Again, since almost half of the supply is locked up, and they will also be, I believe, having their nodes in their ecosystem, which could tie up a little bit more of the supply as well. So these are the kind of things you want to start looking at. All your favorite influencers are telling you, that it has terrible dilution, terrible tokenomics. Well, that's simply not true. If you look at the vesting schedule and you look at how the allocation's broken down, it's not bad. You want to take a look at these things because it's very easy just to look at circulating and fully diluted and say that it has bad tokenomics when it just doesn't. But either way, I think at these levels, if you were waiting for an entry point on GameSwift and you think you missed this initial run up, from about 10 cents, even half, about 5 cents up, all the way up to about 78, 80 cents. That this is a good retracement right now. If we see, from the local highs of 83 cents, it's 62% down from there. So that's a very, very good, retracement for those who are looking for an entry point. I have started a DCA back into, adding to my position of GameSwift, because we were covering GameSwift, before this big pump here. You can find it on this channel. So, if you guys capitalize on that, good for you. But if not, if you feel like you missed it, this is one of those top quality gaming projects that I'm looking at, and I think if people knew the truth about the vesting schedule and the actual dilution that's going to be occurring throughout this bull market, I think more people would come around to GameSwift, and maybe the team could put something a little bit more public out there about that. But when you know that, it gives you an edge because you realize that the dilution's not that bad. Really, it isn't. So I think at a sub $20 million market cap, GameSwift is one that you definitely should not be sleeping on, in my opinion. Again, it has so many narratives going for it: gaming, AI, modular blockchain, the first, ZK EVM modular blockchain in the gaming space. Definitely one that I'm taking a look at. So, let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you guys think of GameSwift? Is it one that, you're bullish on, bearish on? Where do you see this thing going towards the peak of the bull run? If you guys can like the video, comment, subscribe, notification bell, and share the video, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, see you guys.